All right, welcome to Roleplay Cafe. I'm Jason. Below me is our MC for tonight's Dragonslayer Barrowmaze Session 7. Beside me there is Jose playing Donald of Clearwater, our ranger, and below him is Jorge playing our paladin. I am playing Fex, the Cyclopsian fighter. Small group tonight, and so we're going to have to tiptoe around any real threats. Or we're going to all end up dead.
Right. So last time we played, you guys made it back to town, severely injured, and you're taking a few days to recover in town. Fex mentioned that he'd be talking to the priest of St. Ig, and I suppose Tarlin as well, who has had a crisis of faith.
Correct.
And seems to be inclined to join the religion of St. Ig. And so, over the next couple, let's say 4 days, that it would take for everyone to go back to full hit points, because I rolled it previously, right? It's going to take 4 days for everybody to be back up to speed. You have multiple conversations. The acolyte of St. Ig, the half-orc Gamdar, spoke to Brother Othar, who is the actual parishioner, right? He's the actual priest, and he has two acolytes, Brother Gamdar and Senna, the acolyte, right? And so over the following days, he mentions it. I hear you're interested in the tale of Palantis. So much is lost to the mist of time, right? Because much was lost when the great library was burned to the ground. But in ancient times, a great priest of St. Ig, almost a saint himself, wandered the land performing miracles for the Most High. When he learned of the darkness in the Barrowmaze of the great moors, he armed himself with a great holy mace consecrated to the Most High, and also with a great armature, a gauntlet, a couter, and a pauldron, said to be holy relics, part of the plate armor that St. Ig himself wore after he was banished from Thessaria by the witch queen, Lorraine the usurper, and before he ascended into the heavens. Palantis never returned from the catacombs beneath the earth, and little is said of him in scripture, again, save for one tale, which is also fragmentary. And that tale is the tale of the three paladins and the fount of law. Again, much of it is lost, but centuries ago, Saint Palantis appeared to the high prelate Iolanthus in a dream. When he awoke, Iolanthus spoke of a great evil beneath the earth, a dark abyss, a pit that threatened the world with chaos. Following this vision, Iolanthus convoked a holy synod of the priesthood of St. Ig, and together they consecrated the holiest of relics to combat this evil, the fount of law. This item they entrusted to their greatest knights, the paladin Sir Guy d'Auvergne, Sir Huxley Talbot, and young Sir Dicion the Daring. It is said the three descended into the underworld, armed with the fount to combat the great evil in Iolanthus' dream. They were never heard from again. Of the fate of the knights and the fount, no record remains. As the Second War of Succession enveloped the empire in crisis, and Iolanthus himself perished during the upheaval at the capital. What the fount itself was, or is, we are not sure. There is only a vague depiction present. I myself, when I came here to Helix, took it upon myself to gather all the fragmentary tales I could and sent them off to the capital. But I remember a fragment, and so he draws a piece of, a crude representation of what the fount was, right? And so I will make, with my poor artistic skills, let me just draw a little stick figure, right? Imagine medieval art. And so he presents you with something like this, right? Imagine 3 knights in a medieval style, and on the palm of one, there is something that looks like that, like a sunburst, right? But there's nothing actually on the palm of his hand. It's just this sun ray appearing thing, right?
Right.
And he says that is meant to be the fount of law, but what exactly it is, no one can say. I will put all of this in a lower document in the group, just so you can reference it later.
In all of your years here, has anyone passed through Helix looking for these relics? Has anyone been to the Barrowmaze to look?
No. Very few people know of this. As I said, a lot of the ancient knowledge was lost between the great fires and the great fire at the library and the upheaval of previous successions. A lot of the lore is lost.
That it is a most fortuitous thing that we dare explore these locations, and mayhap we shall come to find some of these items.
Yes. If you do, I will of course be glad to hear of any tales of Saint Palantis or the 3 paladins or the Fount of Law.
Well, then this great evil must still lurk beneath us. We may need these relics if this great evil has not yet been checked. We have a paladin with us who could use these items, I would think.
Has
That
there
gives
been
us
any
a
threat
greater
to the town?
cause.
Any what for the town?
Any threat to the town? Has the town itself, the town of Helix, been attacked at all?
Since the last 2 years, the dead have been seen walking the moors. And some have come close to town. That is the only threat we have seen, and it has been recent. For years, this area was quiet before I came. The last violence perpetrated upon these lands was when the Empire took over, and that was decades ago. And we brought the worship of the new gods here, like Saint Dig, and drove away the worship of the ancient
Has the town done
deities
anything to protect itself from these undead if they encroach closer?
Some of the farmers have tried to drive them off, and we have spoken to Lord Crothos, who is Lord of the township, and he has provided some guards. Following that discovery, of course, as you are aware, explorers came and have started delving into the Barrowmaze, and, well, as you can see, and indeed, during the last couple of days, you've seen the influx of travelers. More and more people keep coming up, right, looking for work. Adventurers and some, being very secretive about it and just going into the maze at all hours of the night, right, trying to outrun and outcompete each other, right? Some are still just preparing for a journey and haven't quite mustered enough courage to delve, but there is activity in the town, and so there are more candidates for recruitment if you wish to employ them.
Yes, we will need men-at-arms, men capable of combat. More so than torchbearers. Do you not agree, Donald?
We have 2 trustworthy torchbearers that have been with us from the start.
Yeah.
So we could use at least a brace more of fighting men.
I would spend during these 4 days healing and resting, trying to size up the most the ones that look the most capable yet willing to, maybe young men who would be willing to, who capable of doing the work but would take orders.
Yeah, basically we're gonna get hirelings, right? The best ones.
Right, exactly.
Right, you can't get henchmen. You have met some people who would qualify, but remember that those take equal shares.
Right.
It's not cost. It's just not cost effective.
No, we don't. Yeah, we want.
When we have enough gold, we can start getting chainmail for hirelings, and that's actually a better investment.
Yeah, exactly. Well, first plate mail for me.
Yes, of course.
So, I mean, it's expensive in Dragonslayer. Shite.
So there are 2 hirelings that you could.
Okay.
There is a man named Colmir and another one named Lamb. Both of these are willing to serve.
All right, and they get spear and shields from our fallen.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And we still have Vela. Right.
Correct.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah, we still have exactly. We have Vela, Targard, and Targo.
Right. Okay, so Colmir and Lamb.
Okay.
Colmir has 4 hit points and Lamb has 5. Let me add them in.
Good. And we still have, of course, our torchbearers.
Yes. How do I get this thing off? There we go. Colmir. Why is it still there?
Fimbria's still alive, right? She didn't die last time.
No, she's
Owen are still going.
Okay. And then on top of those 2, who else do we have?
We have 5 right now. We have Vela, Targos, Targard, and the 2 new hires, Colmir and Lamb.
Right.
It sounds like Targos and Targard must be brothers, right?
Yeah.
Because,
Right.
Because there's no way.
Right.
Okay, he's got 4 hit points and 4 hit points, and armor class is going to be 7. And morale.
And as far as our wealth, I spent a gold piece to get my torches and my rations back up, but I've only got 29 gold pieces personally, so I have no idea what our actual wealth is. I'm sure it's on I just haven't had a chance to look on the Google Drive.
Yeah, no, we had done a split of the wealth before session 5.
Oh, okay.
And that was on the chat here.
Oh, it was? Okay. I'll have to look. But, I mean, I haven't needed anything more than rations and torches so far, so.
Yeah.
What's
and I spent, Eloy, just so you know, I spent a few silvers to go up to 11 torches, so I bought another pack of 8.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, so that's good to...
And oil. So you might want to get more oil.
Enough torches for the brief session.
And I restocked Fimbria as well on torches.
Okay.
And then oil. I don't know how much oil we have, but it might be fairly effective to get more oil.
You have... Ooh, Jose has like 13 vials of oil?
Oh, well, never mind. I didn't know that. Okay, good. Okay.
Is that correct, Jose?
I have 13 oil flasks.
Yeah, I mean,
there you go.
They're 1 silver piece, so why not, right?
I bought them after the last time we were in town.
Okay.
I spent gold on shields and spears for the NPCs, oil, and a couple of bottles of holy water. And now I'm just buying some torches.
I missed 1 session, and so it's amazing.
I'm assuming we're recycling those spears and shields with the...
Yeah, you don't have to buy anything. Everybody, all the NPCs right now have spears and shields.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, Jose bought some spears and shields.
I can't hire hirelings, so you guys have to pay for those.
Right, yeah.
But I can equip them.
Perfect.
Right. Cool. So I added them to the roster. What we're going to have to do is do the marching order.
Yeah.
I'm set. I'm assuming that in the dungeon, Thelonious and Fex will still want to be 1 and 2.
Yes.
Because that's your jam.
Yeah.
And behind them, we're going to put Vela and Targo in in 3 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to have Fimbria and Olwyn,
Mm-hmm.
5 and 6. And then we're going to have, Comer and Lamb. And I'll be the back row.
And we still have Targard, right?
Oh,
Yes.
then Target will be 9 and I'll be 10. I forgot about Target.
But in the field, you're leading us, right?
Yeah, Fex and Donald usually switch places.
Yes, there you go.
In the wilderness, and so
Right.
it's easy.
Yep.
It's just the easiest way to do it.
It's Fex and Donald are the one who switch,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
Right. In the wilderness, Thelonious and Donald are up front, and when we get into the dungeon, Thelonious.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Gotcha. Excellent. Excellent. All right. So let me check supplies real quick here. There seem to be enough torches, 13 vials of oil plus 2. Jorge has 2. There's 2 holy water vials for Donald, 1 for Thelonious. And
I
there's only...
by the way, I restocked Fimbria on torches. I don't know if you heard me, but
Yes, you said so. 6 torches for Fimbria?
yeah.
Okay. And Fex has a sledgehammer.
Yes.
Anyone else wants to bring a sledgehammer along? I think Dell gave Targos his sledgehammer.
Yeah.
So Target has it. Yep.
So,
And with crowbar, I believe Donald has a crowbar.
I have a crowbar.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Perfect.
Good. All right. So, one final thing. Let me take a look.
This is like a full fighting
Many
man.
of the retainers have a 10-foot pole.
Oh, we should get one. Though,
we had one,
because
but
it was broken. It was broken by the falling pallet.
So I'll buy a 10-foot pole for one of the.
Oh, and I have one. I imagine that I have it in 3 pieces, and I assemble
right.
it.
Just screw it. It's threaded
But
with
yeah,
threads,
it's better if we
like
have another one
like a
for
pool
that.
cue.
Yeah, and wrap it with leather thongs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't carry a 10-foot pole as a 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
Even if we had to leather it together in 3 pieces, right?
Yeah.
all right. So by now it's March 19th.
Oh, March 19th.
Yeah, so the first delve was on the 13th.
Yes.
Second delve was on the 14th. So we're saying 4 days to rest over. So, 15, 16, 17, 18. And on the morning of the 19th, you're set to go, assuming that's the usual procedure. So, yes, Donald is quite capable of guiding you swiftly to the edge of the maze, not the maze, the Barrow field, right, where the Barrowmounds are. And so the eternal question is: are you, same old route directly to the door, or are you wanting?
Might as well go straight to the dungeon. I mean, we could it's conceivable that at some point for a session, if we want variety, we could explore more of the Barrow, right?
Mm-hmm. Sure. I mean, if you want to,
but
it's up to you. Fex, I don't care whether we go back into the Barrowmaze immediately or if we explore around the area. Wasn't there a mound that we saw that we didn't travel to? I thought we had seen a mound north of.
That we saw, I think.
I think you went to all the mounds.
Oh, we did. Okay.
Yeah, but you can still explore around, right? Donald has a map. He's been drawing a map.
Yeah, I've got the first mound, the second mound, and then the entrance. So we did do 2 before the entrance.
But you explored, and you did explore both, if I recall correctly.
Yes, yeah, right. The second one, and that's it. That's what I have. Yep. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So what is further up north, beyond the beyond the Barrowmaze that we've explored.
To the north lies the town itself, right? So you actually go south from the town, and that you sort of curve around so that you start on the southwestern edge of the map.
Yeah,
right?
That's why Jorge was asking about north, right?
Right. So if you were to go directly north beyond the borders of the field, you'd cross the moors and eventually make it to town directly, right? But you'd get wet. There's no trail. You might get lost.
We haven't ventured into the moors themselves.
Right,
no, you have not. Yeah, and you're all basically on the northern edge of the moors, right? So if you go straight south, you go down into it starts getting swampier and swampier. And eventually to the south and to the east, there's another town named Bogtown, which exists.
Okay.
Right? But of course, nobody goes through the swamp to get there.
Right.
They go around, which you might if you're interested. There's the little regional capital called Iron Mott, is it? Iron Guard Mott, I think, is the name of the town. That serves as the regional capital. This is the Duchy of Eric, and Viscount Kel Ironguard rules from Ironguard Mott, and his son Crothos has been given authority over the
Helix
village of Helix.
Gotcha. Okay.
Would any of you have any pressing business in these parts?
I do not.
Not I. I came to seek my fortune here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And now I'm interested in the story of this cleric and the paladins, Sir Huxley and Sir. I wrote him down here.
Guy Tavern.
Yes.
Sir Huxley and Dickion.
Yes, Guy Huxley and Dickion. I am want of that holy font.
My interest. My interest in these parts would only be to seek the wayward sheep and bring them back to the flock.
And they tell of the undead now here encroaching upon Helix and the farmers. Probably not too difficult a task for us to work our way through some of those, but without Tarlin with us, I don't.
You think Tarlin is still up to it?
Yeah, I don't. I don't think we have the man to do the job of dealing with lots of undead, but we could fight our way through them if we wanted to. But I am more than willing to look around the barrows for other entrances or other mounds, if that's what we want to do.
Well, then I think we've settled it. Let us seek another entrance into that accursed complex.
To the west, correct, Donald? We
we're
don't want
close.
to find an eastern entrance.
We're almost to the western border of the Barrow itself, but perhaps it might not be an idea to do a scouting trip, since some of our friends have yet to recover. To get out of our 4D, which means opening up the map, right? So, I think we could do a hex crawl.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
All right.
Let me get the map here. Let's make sure.
Just to make it difficult for Eloy, who was probably ready for us to go back into the maze.
See how this goes. Okay, so we're starting from the edge of the maze.
We're starting from the start, right?
Or do you? Okay, yeah, from the start hex, or you could, if you're feeling like if you want to start from the maze, it's from.
No, I'm thinking I think that if we're gonna do this, and Donald, having been an archer and scout for the Highland forces, I think he says let's try and map the area, see what we find.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I would start and just go north.
Yeah.
Directly north.
Directly
Okay.
north. Let's see what we find directly north, and like do it by just north. Try
Sure, sure.
see how much we open up. By 4
Okay.
o'clock.
Okay. So, okay.
North
So-
from start, not north from helix. Is
Right.
that correct?
Directly north
Right,
from
so-
start.
Correct. Okay.
So remember that travel is slow because you have this unnatural fog that just clings to everything, and the terrain, although it's mostly flat, is broken in many places, right? So you don't want to run through this field, although you probably could, right? But if you do, you risk injury, right? The sprained ankle, or worse, right? There could be sinkholes. Nobody knows, right? So moving is relatively slow, right? So let's see. From the start, you're gonna go.
And each X is 50 feet, right? You haven't
Yes.
changed the original one.
Yeah, so I'm assuming we're moving straight from the
Right north.
straight north. Yeah, at that very edge, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
let's see. You go 50 feet, 100 feet, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, 400, 450, and then when you get to the 10th hex, right, so 500 feet,
Yeah.
you can see 100 feet to the northeast. You know what? I have this very wonderful tool. I'm going to label what everything is, and then I don't have to remember where east is. So to the northeast, 100 feet, you can see a mound. Are you going to keep moving? Are you going to go check out the
Oh,
mound?
we're gonna go check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the mound.
Any woodsman? Any?
Right.
Are there any obvious? Are there any obvious tracks or?
Let's take a look.
Okay, so you approach the mound by moving. Let me see if you can see anything else. And as you approach the mound, you can see a broken stone slab on the field, right in front of the mound, and there's the gaping entrance of into darkness of an open mound. So this door has been demolished, right?
Yeah, go ahead, Jorge. Sorry.
It seems someone has already disturbed this place.
Are there recent tracks here?
Not recent, no.
Well, let's light a torch and take a peek inside, and then we can keep going.
Okay. So, you guys enter the mound. It is a short stone stairway, leads down to a square room 30 feet by 30 feet. There is a sarcophagus, stone sarcophagus in the middle, and you can see a broken, the lid is broken because it has been like somebody pushed it off the edge of the sarcophagus and fell to the ground, and so the slab is mostly broken and leaned against the rest of the sarcophagus, right? And as you peer inside, you can see the bones of someone, but they're just bare bones. The problem is that the bones, they don't seem arranged like somebody died, and you would expect, right, that they would like lay them down. The bones are in disarray, and the skull is facing the wrong way. The bones have been sort of pulled apart, and you get the sense that somebody has, plundered this tomb already.
Okay.
However, looking around and with your torches, right, and there's a lot of people here because it's you three plus
5.
5 men at arms, right? So the glint of something metallic catches your eye beneath the little space formed by the crumbled slab against the side of the sarcophagus, right? And so what you find is a golden ring, which has apparently fallen on the floor and rolled beneath the sarcophagus, and so has been overlooked. And you estimate that this ring is worth 20 pieces of gold.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Somebody did not take the time to investigate closely, and they have left behind a ring. This architecture is similar to the other mounds. There's not much difference in these mounds except subtle, right? As far as architecture,
correct.
etc.
At least at this area of the fields, right? You don't
Gotcha.
know what lies beyond.
And they are Tufex's knowledge. They are burial mounds. I mean, these are okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't believe there would be reason to look for secret passages, gentlemen. I think these are all individual units.
Indeed.
This one is more earthen in appearance, right? So there doesn't seem to be stonework,
right,
where there would be like a passage down. But keep it in mind.
Yep.
One of the mounds led into the maze. So
it's always worth looking for secret doors. I mean, that's what we're here for, right?
Well, well then I'll take some time searching the north wall. I have a 1 or 2 chance to find secret doors as a Cyclopsian underdweller, according to the lore, right? A miner and a slave, many of them.
All right, so it's been about half an hour. Let me up here. There we go. So it's about 10:30 in the morning, right? There doesn't seem to be any secret doors here.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
So once we're ready to leave, what I'm going to do is we're going to keep going north on this second column instead of going back to the original column. It might be worth it.
This was 3 columns, right? You from one hex, you moved 100 feet northeast. So move the mound 50 feet northeast from that position.
Is it? But I put it northeast.
You put it northeast one hex. It's 2 hexes. Yeah. The mound where you are now, it's 2 hexes, right?
Oh, okay. It's 1 more hex to the northeast.
Yeah. So you want to keep moving north from this mound?
No, we're going to keep moving north, but on the second column.
On the second column. All right.
On the middle column, yeah.
Okay, so from the mound where you're at, you move 50 feet northwest.
Right.
Correct. 50 feet northwest and then straight north.
And then straight north. All right. Let me do something real quick here.
We're going to be mapping this wilderness.
Mm-hmm. and why not? And why not?
Okay, so you moved.
That is why we leave the trailblazing to you, woodsman. If you left it up to me.
So you move those 50 feet northwest from the mound, and you start walking north. So you walk 50 feet north, and immediately when you walk 50 feet north, you can see another mound. This one is 50 feet north, and then 50 feet northeast, if that makes sense. So from the previous mound that you just explored, it should be 1, 2, 3 hexes north, directly north of that.
Gotcha.
Okay, that's M4. There
Yes.
we go.
That would be correct. That would
Yep.
be that mound. Are you
Yes.
checking it out?
Yep. Of
Okay.
course.
Yes.
So you move another 50 feet north and then 50 feet northeast, right, to stand on top of that mound. Again,
Right.
there's 100 feet between this mound and the other mound. And from this mound, you can now see to the southeast 100 feet, right? So 2 hexes away, to the directly southeast from this mound, there is another mound.
That's
Let me check something.
M5.
Right. So, okay, so on the mound that you are standing right now,
Mm-hmm.
you circle the entire mound and it is sealed, right? So the door is there. You're gonna have to break it down.
Y'all,
Finally.
I will
And
pull
this
my...
time, Targos can help Vex.
Yes.
You have 2 sledges.
I will approach young Targos and tell him it is time for the labor, boy. And I'll pull from my hanging around my back my sledgehammer. I'll deposit my backpack and everything there at the feet of Donald, and we will do this in unison. And then I'll begin to strike, and we'll time the rotation. So as I hit, then he hits, and I hit, and he hits.
Boom, boom,
Yeah,
boom,
yeah,
boom,
right, right.
boom.
It's the sound of the man.
That's right.
Without the
That's right.
sound.
So it takes about 20 minutes to break down this thing, and by the time you got it open, you need a break, right? You've been doing
Yes.
this
Yes.
since 10 a.m. Actually, yeah, you need a break.
So
by the
I'll
time
have some
this is
rations
ready.
and water while I rest.
Catch your breath.
Felonius, do you sense any evil coming from this
I
mound?
will. Let me do something here. And then he extends his hands and tries to see if there's any if he senses any evil presence beyond the threshold.
Let us see. You stand there for a moment, right? And you sense nothing, right? There's this. Well, you sense nothing. You would have to go in, and you can see clearly from the lip of the entrance, right, that this is a set of stone stairways, and this crypt or mound seems to be stonework, more elaborate than, say, the previous mound you just were at. And
Okay.
so,
Other than the sense of foreboding, with that staircase leading down into the darkness, I sense no evil beyond.
yes.
At least from this point. But then again,
Good. So I rise. I draw out my shield and my broadsword. I'll sheath the sword. I'll leave the backpack and things here outside, and I will call for the 10-foot pole. This is stonework. I think maybe we should be careful here.
All right, so Targos will grab the 10-foot pole and go right behind you guys, tapping the floor.
Right. And I'll lead the way down,
All right,
sword and
so,
shield drawn. And again, I have dark vision, so...
We're doing the dungeon crawl marching order, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Except
anytime we enter one of these, we'll go into that. Except I think Targo's right behind one of us with the 10-foot pole.
Oh, okay. So, he's poking the stairs. Stairs descend 10 feet, and it opens up into a chamber, which is roughly 30 by 30.
Okay.
Except, that the stairs just came down 10 feet, and so from the stairs, it's this room opens up roughly 30 by 30, except that at the 4 cardinal points, there is like an alcove measuring 10 feet.
Ooh.
Right? You are coming in from the alcove to the south, right?
Okay.
There's one to the north, there's 2 to the sides. On each side, you can see a door.
Ooh.
Right? There are wooden doors on the one to the east and the one to the west.
At the bottom of the alcove, you mean? Or at the wall?
You descended, and so you enter this 30 by 30 room, and at all 4 cardinal points, right, including the stairs are the southern cardinal point,
Right.
And then there's a little 10-foot niche, right, on each of the cardinal points. On the if you go into the niche to the west, there's a door. If you go into the niche to the east, there's a door. Each facing in the direction, right? So the east niche has an eastern door, and the western niche has a western door, right? But straight north.
Yeah,
that's exactly it.
That's what I've got.
That's exactly it.
Okay, good. That's what I've got.
And so, as the light illumines this area, there's a dry smell to the air, right? This place has been sealed for God knows how long.
Right.
There is a 6-foot-tall iron statue on the alcove to the north. There are burial alcoves similar to the alcoves you've been exploring before, right? Where you can do about 10 per turn. Those are in the other walls, right? The ones that don't have the niches, right? There's about 20 of those alcoves. And yeah, that's what you see. It's an iron statue of Nergal, right? So it's basically the Grim Reaper, right? Ooh, so it's the skeleton dressed in robes, right?
It's nothing in the middle of this chamber at all.
Nothing in the middle of this chamber.
Okay,
the niches are on the walls.
I will ask for Targos to cross with me, tapping the floor as I go to the iron statue.
So yeah,
roughly how tall is this?
6 foot tall iron statue.
Oh yeah, you said that. I'm sorry. Right. 6 foot tall.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I would think the ceiling is not that very high.
Right.
Right. You just descend at 10 foot. Although there is a whole thing above you, right, like a mound. But
I'll investigate this. Reach out, touch. It's iron for sure.
Yeah,
and then
it's metal, right? Yeah,
I will put a little muscle into it to see if it moves. I'll push on it.
It's very heavy. You can probably topple it.
Yeah, and that will be my next. That'll be my next move, is to topple it. It is disgraceful in the sight of St. Yig. So I will attempt to pull it down.
All right. So while you are doing that, what are the rest of the guys doing?
Well, I will ask Targos to help me for sure. Make sure we can get this thing pulled down.
That's right. Is anybody else investigating the alcoves?
I'll have Owen and Lamb keep watch at the stairs.
Okay.
Inside, but at the stairs.
And
then I figure some of us should listen at each door. So maybe Thelonious checks the east, and I'll check the west door.
I'll take the east.
Okay, give me 1 second. All right. And is anybody checking the alcoves or no?
Well, yeah, because the doors are at the end of the alcoves, no? Are inside the alcoves.
You mean the burial? You mean the burial chambers?
The burial.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
we'll leave that for the end.
Yeah.
We'll leave that for the end. After we've explored everything else, we'll loot.
Okay,
those.
okay. So you
Yeah.
guys are
these more
listening.
alcoves, or are they like niches for like?
Yeah, I it's there's two different things, right? There's the indentations on the wall, right? That have the doors, right? And so, other than those walls that have the doors or the statue or the stairs, the other walls contain the small burial alcoves, which you are used to exploring, right? You pull in, there's stuff in there.
Looting.
Yep.
Right, you loot. There's 20 of those. So, in theory, 2 people in one turn should be able to loot this room.
Yeah.
We should do the serious exploration and loot at the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
As the
You
sage does ponder the stars, so I do ponder my next misstep. So as I go over to the eastern door and listen.
so you guys are, you put your ears to the wall. To the door. It's wood, but you don't hear anything after a few minutes until Fex topples the iron statue, right, and then just crashes to the floor. And for a moment, there's this resounding noise, right? But you've been making noise for a while with the sledgehammers, right? So what's another resounding crash?
Fex will blink his eye and look about at his colleagues. I am sorry for the noise, but we cannot let Nurgle stand. And I'll step into this area where we've toppled it out of and just look about for secret doors, secret passages hidden behind this statue in the alcove.
Correct. So you prod, you pulled. There doesn't seem to be anything here. Nothing on the floor beneath where the statue would have been.
Okay.
So after those 10 minutes are over, it's you're no closer to determining anything.
So I'll rejoin Donald over at the east door. No sound.
No, Thelonious was listening at that one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No sound at either door. So let's start with that one. Why not?
Okay.
So the door to the east.
And,
Which one? The door to the east?
Yes.
Okay. So you open the door. The room, it sort of opens out, right? Like if the door is at my wrist, right? It's going to open out diagonally like this, Jose.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to open out diagonally through 20 feet, right? So 2 squares opening in each direction, just bisect the square, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that it opens into what is essentially 50 feet, right? So because it opens 2 squares north, 2 squares south, and then just from the door where you are to the far wall is 40 feet. So complete that shape, right? So it's roughly a 50-foot room.
Okay.
It's just that 2 of the doors are diagonal. That's exactly what it is.
Yep.
In the center of this room, you notice a sarcophagus. Again, it's got this stone lid. Let's see if there's anything else. Okay, hang on 1 second. Fex, you are looking at this place, right? It's the same architecture. It's stone, basically. There's no niches on the wall. This dry air, right, that you keep from this, which is weird because the rest of the swamp is like wet, right?
Yeah,
So
moist.
the moors,
Yeah, right.
And so it's but it's it's almost the smell, and so you sort of look up, and when you look up, you notice that above the sarcophagus there seems to be like the stone seems to be wet, sort of like wet cement. It looks familiar to you.
Yes, right. Yeah, I'll take a step back, and I've had flashes of the last time I saw something like this, and blackness followed. And I will turn to Felonius.
What is it?
I believe that may be a similar creature that rendered me unconscious. And I'll point to Donald. Is this not similar to the creature that knocked me unconscious 4 days ago? And I'll give it a wide berth. I'll step back 2 or 3 steps. Right.
Remember, it dissolves metal.
It's directly above the sarcophagus, right?
I guess we could give it a volley of arrows and spears.
Indeed. What does this creature look like?
Like that, like a great blob.
Oh,
See where the stone looks to be wet?
should we
That
not
is
kill it
stone.
with fire then?
It looks too wet for fire to work.
But maybe the oil will harm it.
We killed it last time with arrows and spears,
Oh,
although we lost the points.
indulge me, woodsman. Would you care to hand one of your oil flasks?
Kind of shake my head and give it to him.
I toss the oil flask to the thing.
It's on the ceiling.
Oh, it's
So
on
you're
the
gonna-
ceiling.
Yes, it's on the ceiling directly above the sarcophagus.
Oh,
You could put a wick in it and throw it lit.
Sure, that's one way to do it.
okay, like a Molotov cocktail, kind of.
Right. Is anybody else doing anything? Is he just going to do this?
Yeah, Fex has pulled his shield up tight. And,
I'm readying my bow.
He's giving
and
it
I
plenty
tell
of
you-
room. Yeah.
Ready your arms, comrades. This may backfire.
Right.
And I throw it at the thing. Do you want me to roll to hit here? Or?
Yeah, you should.
Sure. I mean, just hit a 10, right? Hit armor class 10. So you don't completely screw it up.
Ew.
Oh, my God. Look at that. And so the flask, I think it just sails over, right? It doesn't quite hit the ceiling, and it just sails over and lands behind the sarcophagus on the floor and lights up, right? And when you do, you immediately see the concrete above, right? The wet-looking concrete ripples, right? And it starts coming down.
Yeah.
Right, I'm shooting.
What is everybody doing? Let's declare our actions. Just I want to know what's going on.
Yeah, Fex pulls his shield in tight, broadsword prepared in case it strikes out like he was caught last time off guard. He's not going to be caught off guard this time. So waiting for it to expose itself. Yeah. Right. Melee for me.
Okay.
Right. It's the
And Jose is going to fire an arrow. Is that correct?
I'm gonna find out, and I just want to check one thing. Just give me a break because this is not a weapon I'm carrying.
Okay.
In terms of, let's see. No, in some versions, clubs are thrown weapons, but not in this version. All right.
Makes sense.
So the men at arms are going to ready their spears to stab it as soon as it comes within.
Okay. They do have daggers if you want them to do anything.
All right, they can throw daggers. Why not?
Yeah.
Okay.
They can't throw a spear in this?
They can.
Maybe they can save the spear for when it's coming closer to keep it at bay.
Right. Gotcha. Okay.
All right. So let's roll initiative now.
Okay.
Looking good for you. Yes.
Nice.
You guys go first. So arrows.
Right. Okay, so I hit armor class 7.
You hit.
7 hits.
Yes. 7 hits. All right. So the arrow sinks deep into this blob, right? And it immediately you see the smoke emerging from the buried arrowhead, right? But then again, you get the sensation that some sort of skin is being peeled off of this thing when the arrow hits, and fluid of a slightly lighter color is seeping out, almost like a clear type of blood, right? As it is starting to move off of the sarcophagus and drawing closer to you. I guess we go to the henchmen.
Daggers.
Right.
So
you got 5 daggers being thrown at the thing.
right. Okay, so first up is Vela. Vela
Nice.
throws her dagger, does 1 point of damage.
Nice.
Then is Targos. Also hits for another point of damage. And then it's Kolmir.
Nice.
And also hits for 1 point of damage. And when that final dagger goes in, they're all smoking. Right? And when the final dagger goes in, it just loses cohesion. And it just fluid
Okay.
splashes to the floor right as the thing stops moving.
There.
Fex has not seen this before, so he puts his weapon away and walks.
That's right, you never saw it.
Yeah, this is, and I'll stand above it, blinking, and kind of kick about what's left of the smoldering.
Is it still writhing or?
Careful, Fex, says Vela. This is the thing that brought you low last time. It eats the metal. And
Yeah,
you
and
can
I'll
actually see
step
the
away.
daggers just completely
Right.
dissolving still in the creature's
What foul
blood.
I have not in all of my years seen a thing like this. And then I'll quickly turn my attention to the slab that seals the sarcophagus.
So fortunately, there's nothing left of the slime. Actually crawled out of the slab, so it was moving towards you.
Right.
5 feet, which is as much as it can manage per turn. So,
So I'll approach the slab and look up first to see if this thing came out of a hole that might, is there sunlight or anything coming in?
it just can spread through the
Okay.
hole and seems to have been
Okay.
attached to the ceiling, patiently waiting
Okay.
for something.
And I will call for the crowbar if Donald will loan me the crowbar. I will
I'll go ahead and hand it to you.
and ask Felonius one more time. Do you detect evil before I open this?
I
No.
extend my arm
And you get sense nothing. Nothing is emanating from this coughing.
All right. Then I lay all of my weight under the crowbar, trying to break it loose and slide it till we can get a corner, so we can just open it up where there's a corner exposed first.
Mm-hmm. So you do see that there is a corpse in there, mummified remains.
All right. And I'll give it a second to see if there's a response or a sound. If nothing, then I will continue to push the slab until it topples to the floor.
Right. So again, it doesn't seem to be moving. You manage to push the slab and it falls to the floor. Again, it just sort of leans against the open coffin. And this is a mummified body. The skin seems to be blackened, pulled back, the rictus of just complete desiccation from gods know how long, right? Its teeth are white and stand out against its blackened skin. Like the one you encountered on that first or second mound that you opened, this one is also wearing a nice ring made of silver on a finger and a chain with a blood red gem.
Okay. I will do what I did last time. I will use the tip of my sword blade to pull the necklace off of the corpse, and I will level it at whoever it is that's collecting our treasure, so they can bag it up. So they can bag it up.
It's probably Alwyn who's acting on
Correct,
Magion's
Nation.
behalf, right? So I'll take that. Thank you.
Yes, and then I will reach in and snap the ring and finger off altogether, and then I will pull the ring from the finger once I get it away from the body, and hand the ring over again to our treasure hoarder, our treasure keeper.
Yes, and by now, Alwyn has picked up a little bit of the appraisal, right? And he says, this ring is probably worth 300 pieces of gold.
Ah.
Wow, the ring?
And the bloodstone gem is small, but it should fetch 75 pieces of gold as well.
Nice.
Nice.
And I blink at him, and I look at Donald. That's if the man knows what he's speaking of, Donald.
I'm sure the halfling will let us know when we get back to town how much we can get for it.
Yes, I do not count on Olwen's judgments upon these things, though Olwen, thank you.
All right. So
good.
Do you want to check to see if there are any hidden entrances to this chamber, my friend?
Yes. I will. I'll take the. Again, I like to always take the north wall. Basically, I'll take. Well, actually, here it would be the northeast wall. And check that northeast wall for secrets. Take the time.
Okay. So you guys check. The rest of you are checking as well. Are you leaving guards as usual?
Yeah.
Who's on guard again?
The brothers.
The brothers are on guard. That's an excellent choice. Are they inside here or are they outside?
They're inside. They're inside the door.
Inside this chamber or in the main
this
chamber?
Yes, inside this chamber. We're not
this chamber with you. Okay, so nobody's out of anybody's sight. Good. All right, so you search this room thoroughly. You tap the bottom of the coffin. It just rings completely solid. There doesn't seem to be a way out of here.
Okay.
So
on to the other door.
Yes.
Right.
Crossing quickly, and then again, as I approach the door, as I approach every door, I look first for a sign of a lock or a latch, and then I will listen at it. However, I believe Donald had listened at this door, so
yes,
I will.
I had listened already and heard nothing.
I will put weight into it if it is indeed something I can push.
Yes, so you push open this wall and it reveals a room that is 40 feet horizontally, right, and 30 feet AP, right? The door is in the center of the wall, right? So it's 10 feet north, 10 feet south, exactly like that. And at every 10 feet square, there is a niche that goes north that is 5 feet wide, and it goes north 10 feet. Does that make sense? It's like a half square niche on each of the northern squares, and each of the southern squares contains a similar thing, but facing south, of course. So it's half the width of a square, but it is exactly what Jose just drew there.
Yep.
Gotcha. And immediately you can see that all the surfaces are just covered with alcoves, right? And so it's going to take, it's 160 alcoves, so it's going to take a while to check all of them if you wish to do so.
Yeah, well,
right now you need another break.
A break?
Yep.
Okay.
So the brothers will keep watch inside, and that means that leaves 8 of us to search.
Yep.
Excellent. So you take a rest, you drink something, you have a bite to eat, and you sort of rotate and start searching. So
Hello.
Hang on. Where is my... Oh, here it is.
This has been fun, man. Exploring the heck.
Nice change. Just moving, working.
And it's been profitable.
It's good.
It's been profitable, right? You've made a lot of money.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me look for something here. Ooh, okay. Oh, good. One moment, please.
Someone just sent me this picture of Milli Vanilli and says, they never once canceled a concert because of losing their voice.
Those guys will never live it down, man. Never.
Isn't one of them dead, though?
No, I don't think so. I think that.
I thought one of them was dead. I thought one of them would die.
Well, maybe one of the real singers, but not the. The other two are doing just fine. Yeah.
I know one of them had a show on TL on the GTV or something. He was like a contractor. He turned. Yeah, that's when you know you've hit rock bottom, right?
That's pretty good.
But did he actually do the work?
He was doing demo work on HGTV.
Oh my god. That's funny.
Apologies. To try to.
That's all right.
A lot of stuff to.
We're just eating our rations, drinking our wine and our
By
water.
now we're searching. He's figuring out
Oh,
what
that's
we're
right.
finding.
That's right.
Right.
That's
So
right.
okay. So, you pull down an amphora.
Uh-huh.
Let me write it down. An amphora. That again, Olin says this looks like the other amphoras we pulled down. This is worth some money if we can sell it. There is a goblet made out of electrum.
Ooh, nice.
That should fetch some money. I'm not going to tell you how much. I'm going to keep it secret. There are scrolls that contain some sort of ancient writing, and if you find a right buyer, this might fetch some money.
Maybe your holy friends can decipher them for us.
Yes. Exactly what I was thinking, Donald, is we present it to them and maybe they'll buy them from us. If not, tell us what they are of. Any symbols like St. Yig's symbols or anything on it, as if it would be of the church?
No, it's very ancient,
Gotcha.
but it's a good metal, right? So it's Oh, I'm sorry, the scrolls. I'm thinking for some reason I'm thinking of the Electrum Goblet.
No, I'll be
ancient,
drinking my
but
water
you
out of
can't-
that in a second to see.
Right, so you can't really decipher the script.
Right.
And 200 pieces of Electrum
Nice.
Nice.
and a fine, if archaic, dagger, which does not look as rusty as you would expect a dagger in this place to look. It doesn't look rusty at all, and it seems pretty sharp.
Is it lightweight? Is it balanced well?
It is balanced well, and there's no... The cross hilt is small, and you can't figure, this is probably balanced for like throwing.
Right. I will.
Because a big cross guard would imply more of a fighting dirk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. This is short cross piece, which would probably make for ease of throwing.
A throwing dagger. Donald will get much use from this, and I'll nod in Donald's direction.
I'll put it on. I'll make use for it. Although I have a feeling that when we run again into Najan, he might even find it more useful. But mayhap I can put it to use today.
And then you hear one of the guards, the Targos, says, "By Saint Dig, what's that?" And they just sort of pull back, and beyond the open door, right, you see this massive thing inside the main chamber, right, the entrance chamber. And as they move into the light, you see a gigantic 250-pound toad. And there's more of them behind.
Oh.
So, they look hungry. Let's roll initiative and see what's going to happen here.
6, baby,
Nice.
6.
1, yes. There are 3 giant toads.
Okay.
I don't even think about it. I hurled the throwing dagger at the lead toad.
Excellent.
Perfect.
Oh, hang on. What's the AC on these babies? One
Perfect.
second, please.
Yeah, in fact,
I was looking because Gillespie has giant frog in one page, but giant toad in another page.
Yes, yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's why I was like, wait a minute, it can't be a giant frog.
I'm onto my feet with my shield and my broadsword, headed for melee with the closest one after, of course, missiles have been delivered.
Yeah. Go for it. Jose, what did you roll?
I haven't.
Oh,
Can I cast a hand axe to one of them?
of course. Why not?
Okay, so I rolled at 17.
That
I used to
hits.
have a +1.
That
And I
hits.
did 3 + 1, 4 hits.
4 hits on the first.
How much damage does a hand axe do here? 2d6?
You did 4 hits. So you hit the thing, right? So blood comes out. And when you do, let me double check this to make sure I am speaking correctly. This is page 162. This is page 162. 1 second, please. Again, it's so much stuff in these mega dungeons that there's no way you can read this thing, right? It's you just sort of hope for.
No, you have to read it as you go. It's just too much information.
Exactly. There's no way to.
Yeah. That's
okay,
all right.
I can't find it here, but I'm gonna do a executive decision and toad, giant toad. There we go. So you threw the thing, it hit, and you see the blood spurts out, and suddenly the dagger's back in your hand.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Hand axe. Are you throwing at the same toad or at the toad behind
the same
that?
one. The same one.
How much did you roll?
I rolled an 18.
That hits.
Whatever.
How much?
So I did 4 points of damage. It's strength, right?
4 points
Yes.
of damage. Yes.
Yeah.
And so the thing, it's like you hit one of its legs and it sort of half collapses on the floor, right? It's still moving, but it's grievously injured.
Okay.
Who else?
I will stride forward with my broadsword and
for it.
attack. 18 and 7
There
points
you
of
go.
damage. Can you read
Are
that?
you hitting this wounded frog or are you hitting the frog behind it?
No, I'm gonna step to the next closest.
No.
No?
Please, hit
Okay.
the wounded one. Please.
Okay, I'll kill. I hear you, Donald. I'll kill the wounded one. So 18 plus 7 points of damage. 5
Yes.
plus 2.
So you hit the wounded
Yes.
frog and it sort of twitches.
Nice.
And is no more.
Oh wait, I get the cleave, baby.
Please!
So I'm stepping onto the other. Thank you. Now I follow 19 and 8.
Yes!
Nice.
There you go.
Now I
8
follow. Right, I get you. Right. I have yet to kill anything, so cleave has never been an issue. But there we go.
How much was it? 8 points of damage?
6 plus 2. My strength
Oh
plus a
my
broadsword,
God,
so
a
8
second-
points.
A second toad, you just slam your sword as it opens its mouth. You just slam your sword in there, and it comes out the back of the thing's
Nice.
brain, right? And it just collapses
Nice.
to the floor. Well, there's a third frog.
I
Back in the
turn my 6'8" frame toward the third, blinking with toad blood dripping from my face, and prepare for it.
And I guess the men-at-arms can charge in to back him up, right?
Right.
Yeah, let's do that. All right.
Let's go with Vela. They have spears.
There you go.
They have spears, so that's 1d6.
Nice.
So I think it's Vela, then Targo, then Targo.
Thank you for that, Jose. I've never played with these kind of features, so it's like, oh yeah, I gotta learn how that feature works. That's sweet.
It's amazing. That
Yeah.
that thing is amazing. So it's let's say it's Vela, Targos, and Kolmir.
Yeah. Because not all 5
Oh
are
my
gonna
God! Vela is on fire with a 20 and hits the frog for 2 points of damage.
Nice.
Said Targos is behind with the blue die and does not hit. But Kolmir is 13. Kolmir hits for 3 more points.
Nice.
And so this is the biggest toad. This is like a huge, chunky boy, right? And it's looking at both of them. Somebody roll me 2d6.
Jorge.
5 and 5.
10. Excellent. So the toad actually, it when it's hit by both Vela and Targos and threatened by the spears, and it just flips around and starts hopping.
Attack of opportunity. Yes.
Go for it.
Attack him. The 3 people, I guess. That
All
just
3 of
won.
them. Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right.
No.
Oh, look at Vela. Look at Vela.
I know. Wow.
Another hit.
Wow.
10
Nice.
points. Targos misses, but again, Kolmir hits for just 1 hit, and the toad is still going. Right, it's bloody,
Right.
but it's huge, and so it keeps going. Do you want to pursue it? Do you want to let it go?
I'm going to throw my knife at it as we chase it.
Why not? Right?
Yeah, and I'll make chase as well.
Yeah. You can probably catch it. All right. I rolled a 15 in total.
That hits.
And that's 2, and if the dagger has a bonus, then...
All right. So again, the dagger bites, and a moment later it just flies back right to your hand, all covered in blood.
11 and 3 points of damage. I don't think 11's going to do it though.
11 doesn't do it. No,
Okay.
if 11 is total,
Well,
it
actually,
doesn't
10
do
with
it.
my +1 strength's 10. Excuse me, 10.
It still doesn't do
Right.
it, but
No.
close.
Thelonious.
Let's do this. I charge with my sword. What the fuck?
Not good. Not good.
Says the paladin.
Yeah, I think the toad is just keeps trying to hop away.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We could probably let it go.
I mean, you can kill it. Why not? Right?
Yeah. All right. So, I guess that these guys can throw their spears.
You know, its movement rate is 15. It can't outrun you.
Oh no,
So
we'll
let's
just keep moving.
Yeah, so you just the 3 henchmen, right? They go right up and they stab it with their spears, and they
Yeah.
just kill it on the very exit to the mound, right? They just
Nice.
managed to kill the thing.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Yes. Let me check something else.
Awesome.
Heck yeah.
So these are big animals.
We could probably eat their legs.
Yeah. Right.
Good eating.
Well, we'll leave that to the ranger to prepare dinner, right?
Properly.
Yeah. Effects blinks in your direction, Donald, and walks over, putting his sword and shield away, and looks at your dagger. There is more to that than meets the eye.
Indeed, it's a useful weapon.
Very, very.
Again. So.
All right. So.
Well struck, by the way.
Vela, who's been leading the charge of the spears and everything, says, "Look at this," and she sort of puts her hand down, and she pulls out something covered in blood, right? But it's shiny. And look at this.
I was going to say that I was about to cut them open, but this is good.
Right, so she finds 5 gems.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
And let me roll those. You know what? I can roll the 5 gems later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 5 gems. And I take it you're cutting open the rest of the...
Of course, yeah. Right? With this kind of monsters, you have to cut them open.
Yes.
Yeah.
If we're gonna make toad steak, we got to do it anyway.
Right.
Ooh, 0-0. Look at that.
In our Hyperborea game, we fought some huge ass monster that Ivan threw at us.
Yeah.
And when we cut it open, I got a +3 dancing longsword.
Oh my! That was stuck inside it. Oh my God!
It had swallowed the wielder, and we're like level 3, and I had this like epic weapon.
That's awesome! Holy cow! That's awesome.
So you always cut the monster open.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yes.
Eloy, what's the name of the region where the Barrowmaze are?
It's the Duchy of Eric, but it's Aerik. Eric.
Which is the name of my character in. That's the name of my character in one of my characters in Joth.
Cool. Okay, so another toad has 3 pieces of jewelry.
Nice.
Stuck in its stomach, and the final one has 29 pieces of gold in its stomach.
So some poor bastards got eaten personal.
Yeah. That's right.
All right.
It has silver pieces, right?
Yeah. No, 29 gold. 29 gold.
Pieces.
Gold pieces. Excellent.
Yes.
Oh,
Man,
man.
These toads were loaded.
Let's screw the maze. We're going to keep doing the whole scroll.
I will be able to donate more to the Church of St. Yig upon our return this day, as we have had a haul of treasure.
And I will remind you, maybe I shouldn't, but there were 20 burial alcoves in this entrance.
Yeah. I was going to bring it up.
Okay.
We're not done.
We're not done.
Okay. Finished with everything else. Let's search the main chamber.
Yeah.
Again, the brothers will keep watch just inside the stairs.
Yeah.
And the rest of us will watch.
These are only 20 alcoves, so with 2 people, 4 people, 6 people, in a moment, you basically manage to ransack these alcoves, and you find 10 platinum pieces, a silver dagger, and that's it.
Nice.
This is another knife we should not sell. Some evil creatures can be hurt by silver.
Silver
a good backup weapon.
Silver is hard to come by, and it is valuable against particular creatures. Yes. Good.
Yes.
Nice. Main chamber alcoves. Beautiful.
Right.
I look toward my companions, and then just outside we have another mound, just south.
We would head to the southeast.
Yep.
To the
To
southeast
M5.
to the next mound.
Yep. M5.
Whoa.
That's what I have.
Awesome. We have 15 minutes left, so we should at least get started in the exploration.
Right. So let me see if there's anything else. I'll assume you end up at the new mound, right? Which was 100 feet, so 2 hexes. One
Just
empty
2
hex.
hexes and then it comes, or it's one hex? And
one
then
hex and then it's there.
Right.
So it's 50 away, really.
Yeah.
It's 1 hex and another way. And let me see if there's anything as you move in that direction. No. Okay. Let me read the description for the outside portion of the mound. This one is sealed as well. So
Nice.
you will have to break down the door. Right?
Oh, yep.
But yeah, let's roll the let's do the thing. It would take 2 turns. And so I roll. Ooh. Random encounter. Oh no.
As we make noise, bashing on the door.
Oh my god. Somebody roll a d6.
6.
6. That was the wrong thing to roll, Jorge.
Oh God. Of course.
Right.
I blame Jorge for whatever's to come. It is his fault.
Hang on, one moment. We'll set it up as you break the slab. Oh. So as you break the noise right from the top of the mound, you suddenly hear a clicking noise,
Oh,
and you see 3 gigantic black scorpions on
no.
top of the mound, about 5 foot long each, right, with poisoned stingers raised high.
Oh.
And I think that's where this session ends.
Oh, nice.
The good thing is that the door at least is open. So
Nice.
I can get in there and hold the door.
hold door.
Awesome.
Awesome. This is a great session.
Yeah, it's going to be paramount we get back with this treasure. So we got to survive these scorpions. My God, this is the best haul. That's the best haul I've had in any game I've ever been a part of. Of course, who knows how accurate our Olwyn is in his...
It's all by the book.
Yeah,
according
it's awesome.
To,
It's awesome.
Yeah. It's funny that you've found so much money in the mounds up
So
top
awesome.
and not so much inside the maze. But I think it's been fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, and maybe you've hit like the correct rooms or the
Right,
correct
that's fine.
mounds.
It's outstanding. That was fun. That was fun to and nice to because the maze. I mean, my gosh, we've got so much explored. And we're gonna have to be picky about our next foray into the maze, right? We got a couple of rooms we haven't identified yet, right?
Right.
A couple of directions we haven't gone. We got a couple of brick walls we haven't hammered down.
Yes.
So
The good thing is
I
that
like the variety, and it's
I love
fun
it.
exploring this hex maze.
yeah,
right.
yeah, I love it.
And I think the good thing is that as long as you have like a map, right, you can move pretty fast.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm not going to be super strict about.
Well, as long as you're rolling your normal random encounters, it doesn't matter how quickly
Right.
you move.
Right.
The amount of
I'm keeping track of time, and
yeah. So
This was an awesome session, man. Much better than I expected with only 3 mofos in the party.
exactly.
Yes.
Doesn't matter. Quality over quantity.
Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. Yeah. Yeah, I've been curious how much was above ground anyway, so it's kind of nice to scout the area. Get a sense of
Jason,
these.
did I show you the thing I did for the hex scroll?
No, what is that?
This is how I handled the hex scroll. There's a map,
Nice.
and so I cut out the visibility. This is why I go.
Oh, that's the fog of war.
That's the fog of war, because it's
Fog
the
of
only
war.
way I can keep myself from saying, do they see this mound? Do they not?
Correct. That's brilliant.
Right? 'Cause
Yes.
Otherwise, it'd be a nightmare to count. But I just cut this out with an X-Acto knife.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
perfect. Yeah,
and that's
it
your
creates your own
visibility.
fog of war. That's brilliant. Yeah. Wow.
And this also was to show that Frank Menser was right. I think it was in the basic from his version.
Right.
I think he was the first one to say you could conceivably go to a dungeon with all fighters.
Yeah.
I don't think Mulvey said that. I think
Yeah.
it was in the red box.
Oh yeah. Well, and ironically, when we
fighters.
were kids, very often everybody was a fighter, because
Yeah.
surviving was so hard that guys would start basically saying, "I just want to play a fighter," you know,
Right.
because it was so
But
hard.
I gotta say, I love the math here, because you've got 0 modifiers to
Yeah.
hit.
Yeah.
So it's just your strength
Yep.
and whatever magic items you get.
Right.
But what's fair for you is fair for them.
Oh,
So
heck
if
yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
a 3, if it's a 3 hit dice monster,
Yeah.
it's only attacking at a +1.
That's right.
So I think that does great things to the accuracy of the game,
Yes.
right? Where you could conceivably meet a large monster, right? Hit dice 6
Yes.
or something, and it's just +4 to hit, right?
Right.
So it's a little bit softer. So
Right.
I think
Yeah, it's manageable. It's manageable. I mean, yet that +4 will be will be epic over the course of, say, 5 or 6 rounds. Could be epic.
It will,
Yeah.
will, but your armor class means more
Yes.
for
Yes.
longer, is
Yeah.
what I think.
That's exactly right.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of little things Dragonslayer does really well, I think.
And the cleave
Oh,
works.
dude, and that's the first time I've killed something. So
amazing.
I was
I have
reading
to
beforehand.
thank you.
Yeah, it's the first, and the funny thing is, I haven't killed anything yet, so the cleaves never come up, and then I forgot about it. So I'm happy you
Right.
said something.
Hey, no.
That's funny. That's funny. And I ended up killing a second one immediately.
killed
So it's like
the
that's
second one.
that's pretty
Oh,
badass. That's pretty badass. Yeah.
Because Gillespie is adamant, roll the hit points.
Yes.
Don't assign the numbers, roll the damn hit points.
Yep.
Which is great because, like, I got one had 9 points, the other had 7, and the other had 17.
Oh.
Right, which was a big boy at the end,
Yes,
right? This
yes.
is why it took a while to kill.
You won.
Yeah.
But the first one was 9 points. Somebody got it down to 1 hit point.
Yes.
You killed it with 1 hit point, and then
Yep.
8 points to the
Immediately
other
the next.
kills the
Yeah.
other,
It's
right?
awesome. It's awesome.
So,
yeah.
And it was great. It shows you a lot of things. Like there's a lot of people saying, well, there's a lot of trial and error, but for first original D&D, but there was a lot of trial and error before they published it, right? So
Oh
they had-
God, yes, of course. Yeah.
And I think this shows us also that hirelings and morale are
Huge.
important
Yep.
parts of the game.
Yeah. Oh, they're gigantic, which is why I made a video on it. If you don't do it, you're screwing your party, really, if you don't make an effort
Yes.
to get hirelings. And I feel the same way about the reaction tables. Reaction tables, morale, and hirelings are 3 things that just make Moldvay
Right.
the big difference with
Right.
Moldvay. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
And it's funny because in AD&D First Edition, morale is there, but then it becomes hidden
Oh,
behind. It's in the Dungeon Master's Guide in
Instead
some
of-
corner.
and instead of each monster having a listed morale score, you have to calculate it every time.
I didn't
it's
know
it's
that. That's it.
Pain in the butt, right?
That's AD&D.
So no-
Yes.
And that's why nobody did it.
Right.
We stopped doing morale because
Yep.
the monsters
Pain
don't
in the
have the
arse.
score in the monster manual.
Right.
They
Yeah.
don't have the score. But that's the beauty of Gillespie.
Yeah.
He put the morale score
Yep.
for everything.
Yes. Oh, yeah. It's great. Well, and like
And
Holmes D&D, you have to roll dexterity for every creature for initiative.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So Holmes,
Well,
it's like, what the hell is that
Well,
about? So you have to create a dexterity score for every creature for their potential bonus.
So Gillespie gives it to you.
Yeah.
And the beauty is that he put the morale score in everything, and he took all the monsters from all the monster books.
Yes, exactly.
They're there. So, you know, because you always had Moldvay, right? So you could always look at an orc's morale by just referencing Moldvay.
That's right.
But now he has everything on it.
Yeah.
Every single monster has a morale score.
Yeah.
Even the Balrog has a morale score.
Yeah.
The what?
The Balrog.
Yeah.
The Balrog, but he's got one.
And
Yeah, it's
Orcus
awesome.
and stuff like that, they have like morale scores, right? It's
Yeah, and I love it. It's that and the reaction.
amazing.
I don't think there's reaction. Is there reaction tables in Dragonslayer? I don't think there is though.
no that he got rid of that, but
Yeah.
but I plan on using it, right?
Because
did a
I use
little
the
judgment call
reaction
and it's-
tables liberally when I'm dealing with civilized creatures or even cultures
Correct.
or NPC interactions.
Are an awesome part of
Yeah,
Moldvay.
but you could easily
And
use
one he has-
charisma. You could easily just say make a charisma check just underneath your, to
Sure,
see how they.
sure.
But
That's
I
the other
love
way,
the
but-
reaction tables. I love them. I love them. Yep. Yeah.
This is my rules summary,
OSE?
and you'll notice that it's the green because I copied it from OSE.
Yep.
Everything else I think is from
That's beautiful.
Dragonslayer.
That's beautiful.
But that little table is like, no, I need this
yeah,
reaction table.
OSE is fantastic.
It is.
It is so good. Well, I mean, you were the first one to point OSE out to me years ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was it Wormwood? What was the thing you were?
Almonwood is
Yes.
the setting.
Yeah. that's it.
But he was doing concomitantly. He used to call it BX Essentials.
Yes,
and
which is what what I bought. Yeah, originally.
I still have those.
Yeah,
I
those
still have
little
those
pamphlets,
books.
all the little pamphlets, basically. Yeah.
And I think it's better to use than OSE because I have a monster book.
Yes.
I have a
Class book.
class book,
Yeah.
treasure book.
Yeah.
Everything is there.
And I don't think you can get those anymore. I mean, it's...
No.
Yeah.
Those are
This is
gone.
fantastic, but I'm going to be signing off. Taking
Yeah.
advantage.
Thank you, gentlemen. That was great fun. Appreciate it. Next
Hello.
week, it'll
Great
be
job.
Wednesday next week, right?
Hopefully. Yes.
This was
Yeah. And
loads
tomorrow
of
it's
fun.
Joff.
Thank you so
Yes.
much, guys. I appreciate it. Be safe.
Have a
Yeah.
good
All
one.
right.
Take care.
Bye-bye.